Okay, Becca, we are live streaming currently. Just letting you know.
Thank you. Lenny, I don't know if you saw the email that Jeff just sent. He needs his link again.
Okay, let me see if I can check it here real quick.
It's Jeff at jeffbowers.com.
Hello, guys. This is James Blocker. I just want to let you know that I am here.
Thank you, James.
Becca, you said that was just Jeff at jeffbowers.com. That's it?
Yes.
Is that John Nettles, Nancy Jean?
No, actually, I think that's one of the church board members for
Okay.
Somerville Baptist.
Hi, I'm Keith Sickles.
Hi,
From
Keith.
Hi, Becca.
And to our applicants, just so you know, we have to have a quorum of 4 board members before we can get started. And in order to have the meeting, one of our board members has the last name Nettles as well. That was what David was asking.
Oh. That could be confusing.
Yeah, I don't think there's any relation there, but
Got it.
so once we have our third and fourth board member on here, we'll get started.
What space station is Leonard in tonight?
That's a good question. Let's see.
Did Nancy Jean confirm?
I'm trying to email her right now. She didn't respond back saying she wasn't going to be here. So I'm going to see if I can get in touch with her.
No.
Jeff's here. Hello, Jeff.
I made it, sorry. It's all right.
Still waiting on one more.
I'm gonna step off for a second and see if I can't reach her by phone, y'all.
Yeah, we can call her.
Becca, we do have a participant on the phone at 810-4989 number. I don't know if that's her or not.
I'll have to check.
It's an 810 number.
Becca, do you have her cell phone?
I'm leaving her voicemail right now. Hold on.
Well, without Zoom, we'd only have two of us.
That's right.
Very true. I just left her a voicemail, so I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. I apologize to the applicants for having to wait. We just have to have a quorum in order for the meeting to occur.
Yeah, I hope y'all don't mind waiting for a few minutes because I'd a lot rather do this than postpone it to another day.
As I'm sure they would.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I also sent her a text message, so hopefully it looks like it went through. So just see if we can wait a few more minutes here.
if we don't end up having a quorum, when can we reschedule this so these people don't have to wait for a month?
I can pretty well do it anytime.
Yeah, but we have to have the proper announcement.
Yeah. Becca's the only one that could answer it for sure.
I was hoping she would.
Sorry, I was on the phone trying to figure out what we could do. Okay. So to answer your question, I'm sorry. We do have the advertising requirement of 15 days notice for the paper. So there's really not any way around that.
Can you check in the morning and find out?
Yeah,
when-
I just had, yeah, I can.
Find out when Tim's going to be back and when Rachel's going to be back.
Rachel is back. I think she was just getting back, so she wasn't available. If y'all could wait 5 more minutes, let me see. I have Jessie, my supervisor, on hold just to ask her a few questions before we completely shut it down, okay?
All
I'll be
right.
back with y'all in 5 minutes.
Would it be any worthwhile to try to get hold of Rachel and see if she can come in?
Just for the record, this is James Blocker. I am happy to, if it's got to be an hour from now, whatever, but I'd rather see it through tonight.
The problem is
if
whether we
possible.
can find anybody. 2 of them are
Right,
out
I
of the
understand.
country. Unfortunately, we don't make the rules about all this advanced notification and in the newspaper. That's the government that does that.
We don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
No, we definitely don't. If y'all can wait just a little bit, let's see if we can try to do something.
All right, so I was able to get a hold of Nancy Jean, and I'm going to try and get her in on the meeting. So I appreciate y'all's patience. If you can just hold on a little bit longer, okay?
All right, great, thanks.
Yeah, I thought I'd go out and sit on the deck so y'all could see the mountains behind me, but too much glare out there.
Yeah.
Where are you in the mountains?
Beach Mountain,
Oh, nice. What's the temperature?
about 70.
Ah, sounds nice.
Yeah.
My wife and I spent a lot of time near there at Linville Gorge.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever hiked in there, but it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Many, many years ago, we used to camp at Linville Falls. But
Mm-hmm. Yep, we've done the same.
we now rent a place up on Beach Mountain.
Well, if any of you are looking for cooler weather, I got an announcement from the Wall Street Journal today that my paper may be late tomorrow because of possible severe winter weather.
Wonderful.
Hey, Lenny, did you see my message?
You just emailed me?
I'd sent you a direct message in the Zoom.
Okay, I got you. Okay. Oh, all right.
Hello? Good. Just a second, I'm on a Zoom meeting and I need to mute myself.
Too bad we can't at least have some background music or something.
Hey, if you want, you can start playing it until she logs on.
Sorry, that was the emergency vet.
Oh, I hope your pets are okay.
Yeah, one's just dehydrated and is in the hospital overnight for the second night. So,
Oh no.
well, better than being home with
Yeah, I guess that's true.
clueless parents.
Well, I was there, I guess, last month or the month before that, so I understand. It's not cheap.
Yeah, I think I own a piece of the place.
Yeah, once you get into staying overnight or for more than an hour, it starts to add up.
We had two of them in there 4 years ago for a total of 26 days in ICU. So
Wow.
figure out how many new cars you could buy for that.
Jeez.
Well, the vet probably did buy one with that.
I would hope that most human beings could get as good care as they give at that referral veterinary center, West Ashley. It's got an ICU that would make most hospitals jealous.
Wow.
Yeah, we were just at the VSC emergency care place up here off of 78, and we couldn't even go inside because restrictions. But
Becca, I think you have Nancy Jean now.
hey,
Hello.
Hey, Nancy Jean.
Unmute yourself.
there's-
Okay, you got it?
Yep.
Thank you. And my apologies.
That's all
we're
right.
just we're glad you're okay.
Becky, you ready?
I'm ready when you are.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Philip Dixon, Chairman of the Board of Architectural Review, and we welcome you to our meeting. And it's now after 6, of course, but we'll get started now. Depending on the size of the complexity of the project, each applicant has an opportunity to present a conceptual or master plan for our review prior to committing funds for a full set of design plans and specs. Approval of the concept means that we agree with the concept while disagreeing with some of the details. It also means that each phase of the project must be submitted at a later date, once the plans are more fully developed and obtain a board's final approval for the individual portion of the project. Hopefully, any disagreements will have been worked out before the applicant comes back before the board. One of the projects being reviewed this evening has been submitted before and is now ready to be considered for further approval. For those of you who may be new to our meeting, our charge is to look at each project purely on aesthetics, design, architecture, height, mass, and scale, and in harmony with the historic district in the town of Somerville. We look at the overall street scene. Although we're not required to solicit comments from anyone other than the applicant, the board members, except for demolition requests, we usually choose to allow others to express comments that might help influence our decision-making after the applicant has presented the project and the board members have resolved any questions that they might have. As always, we will review each submittal in the order that it was submitted. However, as a first order of business, we must approve the minutes of our last meeting, which were sent to board members to review prior to this meeting. Are there any changes that need to be made, or do I have a motion that they be accepted?
I move they be accepted as submitted.
A second?
that.
Fine. Please respond with yes or no when I call your name. Jeff,
Yes.
Nancy Jean,
Yes.
David,
Yes,
and mine is yes. The first project on our list tonight is for 603 West Richardson Avenue. Request to build a carriage house garage. Is there someone here that can present that?
Do we have Denise or Mr. Lang on the line? Doesn't seem that we have anybody present.
Oh, there's somebody that keeps lighting up, but there's no sound.
Hmm.
Becca, we do have one telephone caller, but they're not muted, so I'm not sure what's going on with that.
That's me. That's James Blocker.
It's a different
another
number
one.
from yours, James.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're
There's
fine.
another one also. But
It's an 810 number, but I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it looks like it's an 843. Oh,
yeah, they're trying to, and he was talking earlier. Check your sound.
well, for the time being, we can move on.
Let's go on to the next one, and we'll come back to that one. The next one is 615 South Laurel Street.
Yes.
Amy,
This,
tell
yeah,
us
this is
about it.
Amy, yeah, this is Amy Evans from the town Parks and Recreation Department. So this is the Saul Alexander Playground. We're currently undergoing renovations. We took out all the existing playground equipment. We're installing new. We took out the shelter that was there. That was, I want to say that was a 20 by 30 shelter. We'd like to put a new shelter back in its place. I think you guys have the information for that shelter in the packet, but it's a 20 by 24 foot shelter with what we'd like to do is beige posts with a black roof. Just because some of the other buildings out there already have the black roof.
yeah. Definitely the roof should match the other buildings out there.
Mm-hmm.
What is your initial drawing of the proposed final project look like, the entire?
If you go,
First thing that you showed us, that one, yeah.
yeah, go back one. Yeah, so it's right now in the corner, because this was just done by the playground company, that blue building down on the right-hand corner. That's the placeholder for the shelter. That was more or less just a placeholder for us. But that's where it'll go.
I drove by there today, and there's some shelters that look like they have canvas roofs on them, and they're all dark green. And I would think you want to end up with whatever the prevailing color of the roofs is being approximately the same.
Yeah, those are the shade canopies. I don't think it really matters to us whether it's that hunter green or it's the black roof. I think the shade canopies are that color, and then beside there's a brick building. I'm pretty sure that's got a black roof on it,
Okay.
but either way, it would make no difference to us. I will say we don't have funding for this shelter at this point, but we did want to go ahead and make sure that it was something that you guys were comfortable with before we pursued looking for funding. The one that was there was almost like a steel structure. It was just like a silver gray.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it too.
Yeah. Can I have a motion?
I so move.
Second?
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Just
Please
so it doesn't
respond.
have the bright blue roof.
Yeah.
No, it won't have a bright blue roof. No.
Okay, please answer with a yes or no for me. Jeff,
Yes.
Nancy Jane,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
mine is yes. So we wish you well with it. Hope you
Thank you.
hurry the funding soon.
I appreciate it.
And Amy, I'll send you that certificate of approval tomorrow morning.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next one is 120 Gadsden Street.
Yes, sir.
James, you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please tell us about it.
Okay, so what it is, apparently this was an existing stable, according to one of the plats we had, and then so it had they expanded the size of it, so it's 20 by 30. It has, I think you guys have the photos, but it has 6-inch German siding, which is all in great condition. It's, painted to match the house. The existing roof is in architectural shingles, which also match the house. So what they would like to do, so it's currently used as storage. They want to just upgrade the interior. We're not going to expand the footprint and make it into a pool house or a party function type area. One of the things that does need to be definitely addressed is, I don't know if you can tell by any of the pictures, but the concrete slab, the current slab, is pretty much on grade. So when they get heavy rains, it gets water in it. So part of the project, we're going to raise the building to allow us to go in and remove the old slab and then put back a new concrete slab. So we'll be raising the building, but only probably about 12 inches. We feel like that'll comfortably get us up. Water is not an issue. And then along with that, you're going to add a bathroom to the interior, and then a total of 4 windows, and then 2 patio doors and a slider door. And I think that's the highlights.
What are the windows like on the house?
Well, on the rear of the house, they have, they're 6/6 grids. They're vinyl windows, and then the trim is 1x4 flat stock.
Okay, so those windows don't have simulated divided lights? They're the grids between the glass?
They do. Their GBGs is on the house.
They're
And
what?
we haven't ordered anything. But we could go either way. I mean, we could go GBGs, or we could do the
I'm not familiar
simulated.
with that term.
I'm sorry, grids between glass. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I
thank
read
you.
off of the vendors when they send you the info.
So you'd match the
But we're-
windows on the house that would be on the pool house?
I'm sorry, ma'am, I missed the first part of your question.
Are you going to match the type of windows that are on the house and put that similar type on the pool house?
Yes, ma'am. It'll be similar windows, but the trim will be the same.
Mm-hmm.
We'll match the house trim.
Are they gonna be the same size windows, and where are the windows actually gonna go? Can you see the pictures we're looking at? I just saw 2 windows.
Yeah, so on the side facing the house, there's the patio, the 6-foot wide patio door in the center, and then the 3x5s on each side of that. The rear of the building would be the same, except for the window in the bathroom will be a smaller awning window instead of a full size.
As long as the windows match and, you know, the side, the trim and everything, I'm fine with this.
Me too.
Yeah, it looks like the windows on the outbuilding are the standard size windows. Those ones on the house, I couldn't tell whether they were 3x5s or
Yeah.
whether they were shorter. They
Well,
were?
I don't know which pictures I'm looking at one. It's, do you see the photo? And it's got some planters on one side.
Right.
And you can
Yep.
actually see some potted. So those windows on the back of the house, they're in the laundry room. So they are a shorter window.
Mhm.
Okay, but the rest of the windows are
The other windows in the house are full size.
fine. Thank you. Any other questions?
This is the view from the street, y'all, just so you're aware. You can kind of see the windows on the house, but from
Now-
Gads.
Okay, you're talking about the house. You can see.
If the
I'm
So
just
house,
this
going through the
structure-
pictures and
The old
explaining which.
stable. Yeah, okay.
if the house currently has vinyl windows with grids between the glass, then I think it's fine to do the outbuilding
Okay.
the same.
Okay, so you're good with the grid between the glasses, good. And they are, the ones on the rear of the house currently are between the glass.
Well, I move that we approve the project.
I'll second.
Great. Please respond with a yes or no for me. Jeff,
Yes.
Nancy Jane,
Yes.
David,
Yes,
and I say yes. So fine. I wish you well on it.
Okay, thank you guys for your time.
Thank you, sir. Our next project is 417 Central Avenue. Keith, are you
Yes.
there?
I'm here.
Please tell us about it.
Will do. Just for my understanding, do you want me to go into page by page detail or you just want a broad overview?
I don't think we need page by page.
No, I think yours is pretty much, tell us what you're going to do. We're pretty familiar with that building.
Okay. So Beck, if you could go back to the first page there. So that's an overview of our church. I have it marked up. First of all, I should introduce myself. I'm Keith Sickles, member of the property committee. Joining us tonight is John Nettles from our church. He's the director of facilities maintenance. So he can answer just about any questions on the history of the building that you guys might have. So our project that we're asking approval for involves replacing 86 windows, 2 different sizes. One size is 40 by 72. The other size is 40 by 64. It involves 2 of the buildings in the church, Building A, Building B. These buildings were constructed in the late 70s. And they currently have aluminum single pane windows in them. We want to replace these windows for 2 reasons. One is the windows themselves has reached the end of their service life. And secondly, we can increase our energy efficiency greatly by replacing them with a insulated vinyl type window. So if you want to move along, Becca, that'll be great. So the red bars indicate where we're replacing windows around the buildings. This is in building A. You can see lower one, building B. Keep going, Becca. More windows inside a courtyard area where there's some play equipment for the children. We continue around the church offices. And then as we move forward, around the face of the building that enters Central Avenue. These two buildings contain classrooms. That's where all these windows are involved, as well as the office building, which is in the forefront of that picture. So that's the work scope. Can we continue, Becca? We have some pictures. This gives an overview of the different pictures we took looking at the building from different perspectives of the street. All right, so there's figure 1, figure 2, gives you the street. Figure 3 and 4. 5 and 6, and then 7 from Central Avenue. So it's a good distance off the street. The windows we want to use are vinyl. There's a picture of the aluminum windows that we have, both inside and outside, quite deteriorated. Many of them are inoperable from the inside right now. So we want to replace with full vinyl. Grids between the glass, 6/6, half screen, insulated glass, and I included some manufacturer's information. If we can, yeah, there we go. Gives an idea of what these windows look like. Just
Are the current,
excuse me?
what's the current glass is single pane, individual panes?
They are individual panes with an aluminum frame. That is aluminum frame that actually sits on the outside of the glass.
I would want to see simulated divided lights on those windows. I think it'll make a big difference. Excuse me, to continue having the profile of the individual panes, even though it would be simulated on with the grids on the outside as opposed to flat glass with grids between. The building is quite nice architecturally, and I think going to between the glass grids would diminish the architectural appearance of the building.
Just to chime in here real quick, something for the board members to consider. One of the reasons I couldn't approve this at a staff level beyond the simulated divided light issue was the ratio of the glass being slightly different on some of the windows. So just keep that in mind.
Yes, that's correct.
But I would think that it's a brick building, so you're replacing the windows with size windows that are identical with what's there now, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so some of them are different size.
Some of the windows are different size, but what Becca's referring to is over in building A, we have the larger windows have a 6/9 grid.
Uh-huh.
Becca's referring to. We were thinking of making everything 6/6 to be consistent through the building.
I think you'd change the appearance of those windows going to 6/6 as opposed to 6/9.
Would it necessarily be a bad change, David?
So one thing I'd also like to point out, I don't know if it factors into your decisions at all, is on the western side of the facility, we have a building with classrooms in it that back in 1981, we did replace those windows with vinyl windows with grills between the glass. And that did go through the BAR back in 1981. So we can move forward if you like. Becca, if you like to screen forward. Yeah, we left off there. And do you want me to go through the window components, the manufacturer's catalog, or that's not something you want to be looking at right now?
I'm not sure we need that.
Yeah, I don't think we need that.
Okay.
Do you have an individual picture of any of the windows that had the 6/9?
I think if we,
Yeah.
is that 6/9? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, are there 4 of those, or there's others on the other side, it looks like.
Right. There's some both in building A and building B on the first floor. That would be classrooms in building A and offices in building B.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn about that. I feel like, on one hand, it's no big deal to go 6/6, but on the other hand, that 6/9 look is kind of like a classic look from the time that this was built. So it's kind of tough. And I'd also like to point out that I haven't been able to see where it's a requirement in our guidelines that they have simulated divided light windows. It's something we prefer, but it's not required. And on a building like this, although it would look better, there's no doubt about it. I just, I would be okay with it being grids between the glass.
But you're going from individual
Yeah,
lights with obvious mullions to
Right.
a flat glass with the mullions behind.
right. And it's kind of like the 6/9. You're changing the look of it. I agree.
I just want you to keep in mind that grid pattern on the existing windows is a flat piece of aluminum. It's not an astragal type shape on the inside and outside. It's just a flat piece of aluminum.
Understood.
All right.
Still breaks up the appearance of a single sheet of glass.
Can you hear me? I'm John. Hello?
We can hear you.
Okay. Keith mentioned a little while ago that there were windows replaced in 81. Keith, that was 2001. 74 windows were replaced on the west end of the building closest to Carolina Avenue. And they were done by Pulliam Home remodeling back then. So, and they were all single in with the tilt-in windows, single glass, no dividers. The grid was in between the glass, and those are all energy efficient windows that we had put in then. So that was 2001. So if you go that side of the building and look, we do not have any pictures here today for you to see that, but we have that in more than a half the building now already with single glass.
Thanks, John. I had the date incorrect there.
Is it possible to get the 6/9 windows?
It's possible to get the 6/9 windows with the grills between the glass. I honestly don't know if we can get vinyl windows with individual, essentially grills on the outside of the glass. I don't know if the market even has those.
They do.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's pretty much a standard either way.
So you've already got windows that have the grids between the glass on parts of these buildings, right?
Correct.
Yes, everything on the west end of the building, which is closest to Carolina Avenue, both the front and the back side of the complete buildings have 74 windows that already have that.
So Carolina Avenue has the windows with the grids between the glass, and you're actually wanting to match those windows to the rest of the building to be changed?
To the rest of the building. Yes, to the rest of the building.
That kind of softens my perspective, although I would prefer to have simulated divided lights. But if you've got that many that already were approved by the BAR as between the glass, I'll drop my objection.
I agree with you, David. I like the stuff outside the glass too, but in this case, if it's matching the rest of the building and BA already approved it, I feel like it's kind of hard to say no at this point.
Yeah. Just don't do it to your big sanctuary windows.
Oh, no. Those are staying.
We understand that.
Those are staying.
How about the 6/6 versus 6/9, folks?
I don't have a problem with 6/6. But I'm new.
Well, I don't have a problem with it either. I just kind of like to see it stay the same, but
Right.
certainly if it can't stay the same, I'm fine with it.
Wonder if it'd be possible for us to give them an either or on that. If they can find the 9, that they go with that. But otherwise, we go with 6/6.
That sounds fair.
That sounds good. I'm fine with that.
I need somebody needs to give me a motion then.
I don't know if I'll do it properly. I will make a motion to approve the windows with the hope that they will be 6/9. But if they cannot find that option, then 6/6 will be okay with us.
Second?
I'll second.
We may
All
need to amend that motion because you guys need to include if they are going to be simulated, divided or not.
Well,
don't know what-
I
I
don't
don't know
think
what
we
you mean.
need, yeah, I don't think we need to amend it because they weren't asking for that.
We're gonna match the existing windows.
Right, matching
Okay.
simulated window.
That's fine, but it just gets a little tricky when I issue the actual COA
Sure.
to them. I have to include really specific verbiage, especially in this case. So you're approving as submitted 6/6. If they cannot find 6/9, and to match existing, meaning the simulated divided or not.
No,
Okay.
wait, my understanding is that the 6/6 windows that they're applying for would be vinyl with grids between the glass.
Correct.
And
Okay.
6/6.
Yes,
And
sir.
that the existing 6/9 windows, we would prefer them to be 6/9s if that's available. And if not, it would be 6/6. But that too would be vinyl windows with the grids between the glass.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
Okay. Let's take a vote. Please say yes or no. Jeff,
Yes,
Nancy Jane,
Yes.
David,
Yes,
and I say yes. So we wish you well with it.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Keith, I'll send you the COA tomorrow morning.
Sounds great, Becca. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next one
Thank you all
is
very much.
210 East Richardson Avenue.
Hi, I'm Karen Healy, one of the homeowners, 50% of the homeowners tonight. We are requesting to replace, I'm looking for Becca to get the image up. Okay, we have two front doors. One you can see right there under the address, 210. The other front door, not that one, go to the screened-in porch. There's a front. Go back to the first photo. One more, go back one more. Okay, oh, right where the little hand is right now. That is a screened-in porch that has the same door. These doors are not the original doors. They're in terrible condition. So now Becca can go through and show the falling apart doors. That's what it looks like right now. Both doors will be covered with the screen. We're refurbishing that funky grill on the screen door. However, that's what we're dealing with right now. So we would like to replace with a 3/4 glass white door that would go in position for those two doors. And both of them would have the screen door with the existing grill. There it is. There's the other door on the porch. So both will be covered with the screen door. That's it.
What's the screen door look like?
Like right there.
With the
We've
metal?
taken them off and we're refurbishing them.
Okay.
I have no idea how old those are. And the wooden doors are not original to the house. We thought they were, but they are not.
What's the material of the new doors?
Fiberglass, like the doors that you approved for the other work that we did on the house, except those are full glass doors painted white. These will be 3/4. So there'll be a larger panel at the bottom. Like that. They're at Anderson. A number of manufacturers make these same doors. And I think I had some photos toward the end of the packet of my neighbor's doors that are similar, but with grids. That's next door. They have grids because they have grids on their windows. We do not have any grids on our windows. We don't have mullions on our windows. So it makes sense to continue with a mullion-free front door.
And the door's gonna be white?
Yes, that was the paint sample. The doors right now are white, and we're going to continue with white on the screen door and on the interior door. But really all you're going to see with the screen door on there is the glass. There'll be some of the panel showing at the bottom.
I have no problem.
Yeah, me either.
Aren't you glad I'm not doing 85 of them?
Come back when you're ready.
How do you know they're not the original doors?
This is how we know they're not the original doors. We have done extensive work on this house, and we discovered when we gutted all the flooring material that porch area room, the joists are running in a different direction. The flooring ran in a different direction, and under the house, there is a brick wall that doesn't have a clean doorway, a clean entranceway into that addition. It's kind of hacked away at it, a hole punched through. Right. So we originally thought they were original, but they can't be because that was clearly an addition done later.
Okay, I'm just being curious here. There's two doors right next to each other on the front porch. What does the other door go to?
The other door will be involved in a future project when we redo the front of the house. So you're going to see me for a fourth time. This is my third visit. And the house was a duplex.
Okay.
And in the 80s, it was opened up into a single family home, and it's been that way since the 80s.
Okay, I had a feeling it was a duplex at one time.
Mhm.
It was, and actually it was never even covered with brick. It was wood clad. And we found it underneath Someone took the time to put a lot of heavy brick on the house. It was there when the house was rated in 1979. So no one knows when the brick went up. So we will be changing the front of the house because it's no longer a duplex. And I'll talk to you again when we get to that point.
I move that we approve the doors as presented.
Second,
Great. Please answer for me, yes or no. Jeff,
Yes.
Nancy Jean,
Yes.
David,
yes.
and I say yes.
Yippee, thank you.
I wish you well.
Thanks. And
Thank you,
I'll be
Nancy. I'll
back.
email you tomorrow.
Thank you. Ciao.
Bye.
All right.
So do we have anyone on the line for 603? Is that east or west? West Richardson. I'd hate for them to miss this. This was their final, well, they're hoping for final.
A good looking building.
Well,
Yeah,
can we, is there any reason why we can't go ahead and look at it? And if
I
it's reasonable,
don't think we can. I don't think we can, Phil. I think they have to be
Okay.
present.
They can do
Yeah.
it next month.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't have anything additional for y'all unless you have any questions for me. Crickets.
No? Just thanks for your patience.
And,
Hey.
and thank you for your patience for me. I'm very sorry that I missed getting the message. It's probably buried somewhere, but I'm glad you found me on my phone. Thank you, Becca.
Hey, no, it happened to me like 2 months ago. I was having computer issues and I had half of the town of Somerville calling me asking if I had been in a car accident.
Oh,
So-
gosh.
It happens. All right. Well, yeah, I don't have anything, Phil. So
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, turn your computer off.
all right. Thanks, y'all.
Good
Talk to
night.
you